Rommel's gold. Ah yes, Rommel's gold, the original get-rich-quick scheme for 20th century conspiracy theorists. Here's the story. It's 1943, North Africa. Nazi General Erwin Rommel, aka the Desert Fox, is allegedly sitting on a bling stash big enough to make even Scrooge McDuck sweat. Mountains of looted gold, jewels, fancy watches, and maybe someone's grandma's candlesticks. Why? Because the Nazis apparently never read the "Don't steal from literally everyone" playbook. As Rommel's troops lost Tunisia, legend says he stashed this desert dragon hoard somewhere. Where? Well, if you believe the tabloids, it's either buried in the dunes, sunk off the coast, or locked in a secret bank on the moon. Spoiler: no one's found a single ingot. All we have are wild stories and sunburned treasure hunters with metal detectors and zero chill. Even the original rumors were probably more telephone game than military memo. As historian Peter Bade said, "There is no evidence. We only have the myth, but do we want to believe? Of course, because nothing says millennial side hustle like impulse buying a metal detector and booking a one-way flight to Tunisia just for the content." The Amber Room. If IKEA made a room entirely out of amber and then accidentally deleted the instructions, you'd get the Amber Room, created in the 18th century for Russian royalty. This glowing monument was basically the ultimate flex wall. Imagine walls made of fossilized tree sap and gold. Then, in 1941, the Nazis said, "Nice room, we'll take it," and moved it piece by piece to Königsberg, Germany. Since 1945, its fate has been the biggest plot hole in interior decor history. Did it burn in a bombing? Did an art thief make a resin-filled disco? No one knows. Search parties have spent decades obsessing, but all they found are fragments, wild rumors, and probably too many pretty rocks that turned out to be just rocks. A replica was finally installed back in the Catherine Palace in 2003, proving, if nothing else, that humanity will go to extreme lengths just to have a cool background for TikTok. The Amber Room is both a symbol of beauty, lost to war, and the ultimate unsolved mystery for anyone tired of guessing how to pronounce Königsberg. Lake Toplitz Gold. Welcome to Austrian Lakes Extreme Edition. Lake Toplitz is a serene, insta-perfect pocket of the Alps, where you'd think the scariest thing is an aggressive swan. But legend says, during the Nazis' final dramatic exit, they dumped crates of gold into its silent, icy depths. Cue generations of scuba divers risking hypothermia and existential crisis for a chance at the score. But, plot twist, all anybody ever finds are bundles of Nazi-made counterfeit British pounds. Operation Bernhard, the Nazis were basically 1940s crypto bros, and a lot of soggy disappointment. Divers did discover printing plates and code books, which is cool if you fancy yourself a Bond villain. But as for gold, nada, zip, nope. To this day, people file permits hoping to be the chosen one. But all Lake Toplitz proves is that sometimes buried treasure is just a fancy word for dumpster diving. Or, as one diver put it, not kidding, "I only found mud and disappointment." Nazi Art Hoard. Think of the Nazi Art Hoard as history's most aggressive collection of illegal downloads, but make it paintings. The Nazis, with their villainous efficiency, stole thousands of masterpieces, like Sup, Mona Lisa, Where's Your Friend, from Jews, museums, and anyone who looked at a Picasso the wrong way. Even after Hitler's Gallery of Evil Dreams was torched, they squirreled away Rembrandts and Renoir everywhere from salt mines to Bavarian castle attics. In 2012, they found more than 1,000 lost works stuffed into a German recluse's apartment. Imagine your grandma's house, but instead of cat figurines, it's priceless Matisse canvases behind the canned beans. Museums across the world are still playing hide and seek with missing art. The real kicker: some looted works turn up at auction houses, accidentally bought by billionaires who just liked the colors. As art historian Lynn Nicholas puts it, this is the greatest displacement of art in history, so go check your great-uncle's basement. You might just be an accidental art baron. Yamashita's gold. Another day, another legendary hoard. Yamashita's gold is the collab version, where war loot goes worldwide. While technically a Japanese myth, it's often tied to Nazi gold in wild Reddit threads and late-night History Channel marathons. Axis of swag, if you will. Named for General Tomoyuki Yamashita, the treasure is supposedly hidden in the Philippines, crammed into tunnels, caves, and maybe a volcano for extra drama. Stories include Indiana Jones-level booby traps, unmarked maps, and, I kid you not, haunted tunnels. Decades of searchers have found about as much as everyone hunting Area 51. Zip, zilch, nada. One guy, Rogelio Roxas, even claimed to find a Buddha made of gold, then had the wildest lawsuit in treasure hunter history. Every time the stock market dips, new treasure hunters come crawling out with shovels and questionable morals. The reality? Japanese officers barely had time to tie their boots during the retreat, let alone build a bling-filled Batcave. But the hidden gold narrative persists because, let's admit, finding literal gold bars sure beats logging into Indeed at 3 a.m. Holy Grail searches. File under. Nazis watched too much Monty Python, obsessed with bloodlines, symbols, and secret sauce spirituality. Hitler's cronies actually sent archaeologists on quests for the literal Holy Grail, lost Atlantean wisdom, and basically any myth that could level up their final boss status. Imagine government-funded ghost hunters with more uniforms and less TikTok. Did they find Excalibur? Nope. Just lots of old pottery shards and a ton of journal entries reading, "This field trip sucks." In seeking the Grail and other relics, the Nazis managed to blend Harry Potter house points energy with grim war crimes, using legends to justify imperial plundering. Historian Heather Pringle wrote, "The Nazis blurred lines between archaeology and fantasy." So, no, the Third Reich did not win the Easter egg hunt, but they did leave a legacy of weird documentaries and cosplaying Grail questers who still somehow make it onto the Discovery Channel. Bunker treasures. Okay, who doesn't love a good buried in the basement story? As Nazi Germany imploded, rumors flew of gold, art, and priceless whatnot being stashed in secret bunkers from Berlin to the Alps. Every decade, a new X marks the spot surfaces. Maybe it's under a train station, behind a wall, or sealed in a salt mine. Sometimes the rumors check out, like when the Americans found literal mountains of gold bars in the Merkur salt mine, or when entire art museums turned up under a mountain. But most hunts end with dusty crates of ration tins and haunted vibes. Local folklore in Bavaria swears there's a gold train inside a mountain tunnel, but plot twist, nobody ever finds so much as a Deutsche Mark. The Nazi bunker saga keeps Netflix scriptwriters and aspiring Indiana Jones types busy, proving we'll always keep chasing a jackpot that's probably just a pile of moldy boots and expired spam. Nibelung Treasure. If you ever thought your D&D group took their lore too seriously, the Nazis said, "Hold my mead, enter the Nibelung Treasure," a legendary hoard straight from medieval German epic poetry. Hitler's gang became weirdly obsessed with the idea that ancient gold, hidden by the Nibelungs, was out there, waiting to restore the Reich. Spoiler. These dudes were so into their own fanfic, they sent researchers to dig up hillsides based on centuries-old myth and Wagner operas. Shockingly, they found nothing except a lot of dirt and maybe a couple of confused badgers. The Nibelung legend speaks more to the power of nationalistic myth-making than gold. As historian Eric Kurlander put it, Nazi ideology was part Dungeons and Dragons, part genocide. The true legacy, The cautionary tale that if you base your policies on imaginary loot, you wind up with nothing, except maybe some really expensive shovels and a future as a History Channel special. Found this video interesting? Leave us a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Let us know what we should cover next in the comments below.